So my daughter is being transferred to Cornell. So I talk about how they love to send subliminal messaging, right? These threats. So they kept looking up at my head as I was coming out of the hospital and looking into the hospital. And again, this is what they do, and I knew it. I knew this morning when she called me the way she sounded. She was speaking really fast, not getting into specifics, not giving no detail, just speaking in generalities. And I had to text. I said, hey, you can't, give me specifics. So they transferred her to Cornell, right? And so now I gotta get back home because Ethan has school. He's in school. So she's gonna be in the hospital for I don't know how long, maybe a day or two. Depends. So I couldn't just leave, But of course she wanted me to go with Alyssa, right? Because of course her job is so important. Her job is more important. So I said no. I said you go because Ethan has to, he can't be home by himself. You might be there all day. Right? And who's going to be home with him? At least, So I said to her, I said, look, you go. I'll go and get Ethan, and we'll head up there. We'll take the train and head up there, right? And it's so far. It's so friggin' far. Cornell is so far, right? And I said to her, I said, why Cornell? Oh, because that's where the pediatric surgeon's at. I was like, oh, really? So why do they have a pediatric department here? Right? You have no pediatric, and at the same time, like I said, they're all targeting me. Right? All targeting me. They sent me to the wrong place first. Okay? I mean, he sent me up to the pediatrics with a room, and then I get up to pediatrics, and the nurses is like, calling my name, right? Even though I said Alyssa, my daughter. So she's like, he's looking for Nigel Nichols. She's like, oh, he's looking for Nigel Nichols. And I said, no, Alyssa Hagley Nichols. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's to tell you, and they probably mind control my daughter to swallow that corn because she had no memory of swallowing that corn. Okay, because again, she know better. Because I always tell her, I said, you don't put anything in your mouth except for food. But again, but they can affect young children like this, right? And then the threat, like I said, the staring threat. As they're taking my daughter out on the stretcher, they're looking at her and looking up at the hospital or what have you. I was like, let y'all motherfuckers do anything to my daughter, and see what happens. Or to my son and see what happens. And then Pam is there, doing the whole, putting her, the gay thing. Or with the bus. I didn't take it to the bus stop. Did I pass the bus stop? I did pass the bus stop. See that? I'm speaking and talking. I passed the damn bus stop. All right, here we go. Yeah. So, but again, they do these things for a reason, right? Because again, they try to justify what it is that they're doing, particularly using her. And then all of a sudden now, she's been calling me through WhatsApp, right? I hang up the phone with her, go to call her, and then there's a whole different image of her popped up, and it's not the image that I have in terms of, or you can attribute pictures to a number. So all of a sudden, pictures start showing up, being popped up on WhatsApp, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? But that's what they do. Like I talked about, this is what they do. And then, of course, you hear the police sirens in the this wasn't the ambulance siren. This was police sirens in the background going off. So, like I said, imagine if I had come here earlier, how crazy it would be. You guys, excuse me for saying the word crazy, but how just let me pause this. All right, so I take the bus to get to the train, and they had this white man come out of this building as the bus stopped, and he raised his hand like the Nazi sign, right? And then he raised the other hand right afterwards, and I'm just like, see, look how they try to mask their shit, man. Look at how they try to mask their shit. I'm just like, wow. But anyway, so yeah, so like I said, I knew that was going to happen. You know, they're going to try to, you know, try to run me all over the place. And that's exactly what happened when I got there. And, you know, I said, you know, I need to get to the emergency room. Where's the emergency room, right? I said, I'm here to see my daughter. And the security officer was like, not a security officer, I actually went to the desk, right? And he gave me this, you know, the car, he's like, you know, go up to the 3rd floor. Okay, so I get up there before I get on the train station. I get up to the 3rd floor, you know, give my card. I said, I'm looking for my daughter. She's like, the nurse up there again, you know, they get a lot of black people involved, and this is how white people use black people to target other, you know, particularly when you're not Christian, right? Because they're so afraid of black people learning the truth about our history, right? That they turn our own. Like I said, these white people have been, particularly on the police force, the CIA, the FBI, have been infiltrating our community, using our very own people, right, to manipulate us, right, to condition us in a certain way. And again, and these church-grown Negroes, and I call them the Negropeans, you know, they so believe in this white man religion so bad, it's so indoctrinated in them that even your own family member, they will try to destroy your life, right? They will try to set you up in all sorts of ways, man. And, you know, like I said, you know, they understand that when you learn about your history as a black person, that you're not going to behave like they do, right? That you're going to take yourself seriously, your people seriously, you're going to love yourself, love your people seriously, and not allow them to do this to us as a group. And this is, you know, as long as we keep believing in Christianity, they're going to continue to abuse us, because, like I said, Jesus is their savior. Jesus is not Negropean people's savior. Okay? Jesus is white people's savior. As long as they have us holding on to Jesus, we will never do what we need to do to stop them from the continued abuse and manipulation of our people, and specifically our children. Okay? So there you go. Yeah, I'm waiting for me to get them in the train station. Okay. You know, and they like to use the water thing, right? So you got the black backpack. Yeah, right? That's the thing, right? Right? I got early in the beginning of my targeting, when he used to target me, you know, using neuro-linguistic programming, right? I'm gonna still continue to speak, and this is again, and they create certain narrative to try to prevent you from speaking the truth, from exposing them. That's why they do this. So when we talk about this, something like, well, you must be guilty. Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm guilty or not, I'm still talking about it, right? So what does that tell you? Okay, that should tell you that I understand how they program us and how they manipulate us, right? And like I said, this is bigger than me, right? This is bigger than me. And again, the way how they, and I would say, you look at the past, right? Our people made sacrifices so the younger generation could at least have it better than they did, right? But from the start of 2000 on up, you don't see after they got rid of all the black leaders, right? All the black people that speak the truth about systemic racism, you know, all I don't even want to say militant, but the true lovers of our group, of our people, they've gotten rid of. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys in the next video.